Did you watch the clips?
Yeah, we watched the clips. We already talked about it in the server a bit ago, actually.
What do y'all feel about it?
Kyrie, if you want to start, like, you can go
Um,
for it.
I think it's I mean, it's just the overall shit. The overall content is just going, like you said. It's like it's leading down a slippery slope. Like you can't try to bring mainstream people on and don't expect.
Hey, I'm telling you this now. The manosphere, red pill, blue pill, green pill, matrix pill, whatever the fuck you want to call it. That is, it's a growing it's a growing like like subculture whatever, but it's not mainstream. And actually, the mainstream will never fuck with it. And also, it's popping right now because it's the direct answer for cancel culture, the Me Too movement. And what I mean, the answer is like usually something starts out as pretty altruistic and like, like pretty pure, like just like the Me Too movement. And it became, yo, if a nigga looks at you and licks his lips, that's rape culture. You get me? Like they bring it so fucking far that people just start rebelling against something that actually has, a real value to it, right? So the Me Too movement started out as, yo, basically giving a voice to people who been taken advantage of by powerful people, right? Okay, cool. A lot of people, Me Too, Me Too, Me Too, great. Then people just start abusing it. Me Too became, yo, listen, man, I don't even like how this nigga talk to me. Yo, I don't like this. Like it just became, it became weaponized to attack niggas. So all of a sudden you get a bunch of men who have no voice outside of that movement. This new wave is the direct response to that. Also, I believe it lumps with the, like the OnlyFans culture and some other stuff where men who kind of are deprived of pussy are trying to figure out how to deal in the new marketplace. You get me? So you'll find a mix of them, right? So it's a mix of people trying to figure out how the hell do I, make myself valuable to a chick that could be fucking chicks because I'm not getting no pussy. I'm only paying for OnlyFans, right? And it's the dudes who they feel like women could do anything, but men don't have a voice, right? So it's both of them that think that's kind of like made this bubble. That's why when Kevin Samuels came out, everyone's looking at Kevin Samuels like, yo, go ahead, brother. Like he's saying the shit that we might think, but we can't say because we're going to get fired. Or
That's the thing right there, though. The thing is that their content is based on shit that no man can get away saying out loud. So what's the like? You can't really have no real strong base when no man can really say the shit that you're saying on there or out loud. You
big,
see what I'm saying?
but that's why I say you are then going to be niche. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Kevin Samuels will always be niche.
Yeah.
He only appeals to niggas who want to hear him talk to women a certain way. It's gonna be niche. I'm sorry. You feel me? You'll never go to Kevin Samuels for general politics. You like what I mean by that? It's like it's only a certain amount. Anytime that nigga trends, women are gonna hate him. Anytime he trends, I've never seen women salute what he says. They're gonna hate him. It's not gonna come with corporate sponsors and all the other things that come with getting a bigger platform. So it's always going to be niche. Now, there's nothing wrong with being niche because he's probably making bank by being niche. But once you've hit that ceiling, you got to be comfortable with you're going to be hitting your head constantly because there's nowhere to go. Now, I think Fresh and Fit is there too. They're pretty much there where they're hitting their head. Now, I think what they've done a good job of is trying to get people from other walks of life. Yo, here's this rapper. Yo, here's this comedian. Yo, here's this whatever. But here's the thing, when it bubbles into mainstream shit, it's never gonna play out good for them. It's gonna look just horrible.
I feel what you're saying.
That's agreeable. As long as you do conform to society's viewpoints, you can do well. But if you're not, it's not possible to get sponsors and uphold the echelon of marks where you want to go in your career, right?
Yeah,
I mean, niggas is disrespectful. And I feel like they're gonna be outside one day in Miami, and one of the Miami niggas is gonna put hands and feet on them because of the way that they be talking to the women, respectfully.
I don't know about that now.
Yeah.
But
telling you, bro.
I think there's definitely gonna be doors that close on them because of the way that they be speaking. Like it's unavoidable. I feel like, unless they course correct like really hard.
No, you
But
can't course correct though. It's too late. Once you start making
yeah,
that
yeah.
content,
I feel you, but it's at like this is okay. So what I'm saying is like on an optimistic viewpoint, right? You can course correct, give it enough time, and niggas don't have like the strongest attention span when it comes to this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they will forget, right? But it's one of those things where it's just like they won't forget right now. They probably won't forget in a couple months from now. They probably won't forget for maybe even a year. But eventually, it stops being as ingrained into people's mind as it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know much about Fresh and Fit's content or whatever until one of the boys here in the server introduced me to some of the other stuff that they do like for their YouTube channel or whatever. I didn't watch too deeply, but like
Niggas
they
forget.
have
the
more content.
manosphere.
Hey,
You know?
hey, hey, yo! I seen somebody in the chat say, and they mentioned Kevin Samuels saying Shade Room tried to cancel. Well, and this is why I keep saying bubble. Like Kevin Samuels is in no way, shape, or form mainstream. Like if you look at Kevin Samuels, like even YouTube, like his YouTube since that whole people finding out about him, slow down. Like he ain't doing the same type of numbers. Again, the mainstream is not accepting of that. Like you know what I mean? If you're trying to get, there's not a Rogan when it comes to like black podcasting, so it's hard to even say that. But if he's trying to get much bigger, the peak of Kevin Samuels was when he went first went viral. Honestly,
Oh
that's
yeah,
just what it
100%.
is. You know what I mean?
We
Like,
could,
like,
It's the
like-
ceiling.
yeah, it's the
Yeah,
ceiling. You know what I mean?
we could,
And there won't be much corporate people running after him like, oh shit, whatever, because they don't want to be aligned with it. So it's like, hey, some people, and I don't think it's a bad idea, depending on what you do. Some people like being the big fish in a small pond.
we could say that the men like niggas forget, right? Yeah, niggas forget, bro. But women hold grudges, right?
That
So
is
with
fact.
that being said, bro, if we for once think that a girl, cause he they violated mad girls. I seen the clips. I didn't even realize that they violated so many girls on the show that lives in Miami, bro. So if we for once, and this is just real shit, fuck Miami, anywhere, New York, Chicago, Jersey, wherever. If we for once think that a girl that they disrespected isn't gonna feel some type of way 6, 7 months, even a year from now, from how they publicly violated them, or even fucking try to forget about that shit, we're fucking nuts, bro. They're gonna hold the grudge, bro. They're gonna remember that shit, bro. And
I
if they see
don't
them outside, bro, it's gonna be up.
I don't
But here's the thing,
disagree
though.
with that. I just disagree with the fact that like you were saying hands and feet, like niggas is doing that. You feel me? Like there's a
Bro,
difference between
girls will
these
launch,
females
bro.
feeling some type of way
Whoa.
versus like, all right, now they got whole niggas after them.
Yo,
That's
yo, yo,
So
different,
yo,
bro.
you don't
yo, yo,
That's
think
a whole
yo,
different
you have to
scale,
think
bro.
about it
you
like
don't
this.
think
You got to
you
think
don't
about it like
think
this, right?
that the women that they disrespected got niggas that care about them?
I
Word.
mean, yes, of course they got niggas that care about them, but like this
Yeah,
is
but
what I'm trying
they're
to say
also
is this: there's a
isolated.
level of escalation that you put in there where it's just like, all right, now we're going a little bit too hard.
Yo,
You get
yo,
me?
Bro,
yo,
it's
yo, yo,
not too hard.
yo,
Yo,
yo.
you
Listen,
got
listen. All
listen.
them people you're talking about,
Once disrespect is
all
on the
those
line,
people
bro,
are
it's up
isolated.
from there, bro.
All those people are isolated. Like, it really took, right? It took, honestly, the internet for some real backlash. You got to realize them other girls, nobody knows them, right? So unless they have a brother or like a boyfriend, right, that probably wants to say something, and then what's the likelihood they're gonna run into them, and then like it's a lot of different factors that what you're talking about facts could actually happen. What what I'm talking about is just like where it really bubbles down to, where you have the whole internet just like looking at them in a weird way. Now,
Facts.
I'll switch it to the comments about black women. What do y'all think
Okay.
about that? Because everybody kept saying, and then I want y'all to answer or ask, because people are saying they're thinking I'm like wrong for being friends with them. Like, what's wrong with these guys?
Boom. Dumb niggas, they not wrong for speaking a preference. It's really just the delivery. The delivery of it
Yeah.
is not for that platform. And like you said before, like if they trying to be bigger than they are, they're gonna have to stop pandering to incels and like, really shape up in that way.
Pattern to bitter men, right?
So
Facts.
Can't get
so Ak,
bitches.
you know how we were just saying that like, oh, we actually just had this conversation in the server, right? So we went through the clips a couple times, right? And the way that most of us felt here was just like what they said wasn't even really that crazy, but the delivery was not tasteful. Like
The
it was
shit
just a bad
triggering.
delivery. Yeah,
The shit
exactly. Like,
emotionally triggering. It's
Well,
not
another
wrong
thing
to
to point
say.
out though is like their content is based on black women coming up there, them getting them drunk. You can't get mad that people don't follow rules when the whole point of your podcast is bringing on women that you know are going to fall into this category for you to berate them. You know what I'm saying? Constantly, and then
yeah,
get
How can you?
upset.
Yeah, no,
How
hold on.
long
Oh,
can you
by
bait
the
a
way,
room
yo,
full of 10
Kyrie, to that
bitches?
point,
How long can you?
yo, Kyrie, to that point, like I do, yo, especially after that, you see that girl who was like wilding out, whatever, the one with the gun, like she was off like probably like 20 different drugs. You know what I mean? Like
Now,
she's
Steve,
got,
wait.
bro, like I do
Now,
think they got alcohol consumption gotta be checked. Gotta
not
check
yet.
these because
Now
again,
that goes into your next question though of why we think you shouldn't be around them niggas is because the shit that they doing. One, you said before that you was trying to get your brand away from the red pill shit, and like fucking with them is only gonna get you further with that
I
shit.
don't even know what
And
red
on
pill
top
means.
of
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what that means.
you don't know what that means? Oh
no,
God.
Red pill, you know what that
motherfucker.
means?
Bro, that sounds like some shit I seen a Morpheus movie, though. Like, come on, man. Like red pill, bro.
Because
I
it
don't know what that
is.
means.
that's what
That's
that's what
exactly
I
where
don't know
it's
what
from.
it is either.
Bro, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I
that's
deal with life. I
Like,
deal with
that's what they
life on
call
a
it.
very human level, brother. Like, there's no fucking secret formula
All
for
right.
this shit. Red pill. You know what I mean?
Whoa,
Like,
whoa.
I
All
get
right,
hold
what
on.
it
spin it.
represents. It
Spin
means
it.
like you're like awoken or something. But like,
Yeah,
Nah,
that's
the
the idea.
manosphere. We're gonna keep it simple. The manosphere.
Nah, it's
You're
different. It's
awoken to
that
the
different, but
manosphere
it's
and
cool.
quote unquote
Hold on.
awoken from woman nature. You know what I mean? Quote unquote.
No. So basically, what the red pill shit is for like the longest amount of yo, I'm echoing. What the fuck? Uh, so basically, what the red pill shit is from like all the shit that I've heard is that like, there's been these things that you've been told as a kid to like, oh, you gotta be chivalrous, you gotta spend, you gotta do X, Y, Z. You start to realize, quote unquote, that like this is all a ploy, you getting played, and this is some bullshit, and like these women don't really fuck with you for who you are. They just want the alpha Chad, blah blah blah, something. I don't care. But that's the quote unquote like rude awakening, and that's what red pill is. Then there's like the black pill where it's just like it's doomed, it's over, like it doesn't matter what you do, it's fucked.
You're
And then
too
like
deep
the
into the rabbit hole.
exactly.
Per-
And then there's
person,
the manosphere where it's just like, all right, now you got a bunch of content creators that are trying to quote unquote educate young men into how they can achieve their um romantic, I guess, fucking shit. Like I don't fucking know.
Them
yo,
niggas is
I
fucking
hey,
lame.
one thing
Yeah.
I'm confused
I
about this
don't
whole thing
think that.
about, right? One thing I'm confused
Backspeed.
because when you know why women are coming on like shows like that, right? Or like for example, why would a girl want to be on a No Jumper or Fresh and Fit or pretty much any
Clout.
platform, right?
Clout.
Clout.
Most of
Clout.
these chicks are selling OnlyFans, right? So these dudes who claim that they're whatever pill and they're supposed to be awoken, or you know what I mean, they're not gonna do what normally is whatever the fuck they're trying to say. They're the customers for the OnlyFans. Like the women cognizantly know it. It's like a trade off, and that's why I was saying, like, you know, for the people who are saying women are gonna start, like, you know, kind of feeling a certain way, it's a trade off. They go there. Like when I have girls on my platform, I don't. If you want to find them, you better have some type of facial recognition software. I'm not dropping their at names, all type of shit. Fuck that. These dudes, like, that's a trade-off. Yo, you come on here, you're gonna get a little clout. You get me? I think they even recruit chicks by saying, when you come to the platform, you'll probably get like 1,000 followers. So it's a fair exchange. You come there, if you sell pussy or whatever the fuck you're selling on OnlyFans, you know that it's a bunch of dudes. They're probably gonna check out your OnlyFans if you look good or whatever the case is. So I mean, the customers are the niggas that supposedly that's woke.
But going back to what you said, right? I don't think that you should stop being cool with them. Like, but publicly, like, don't be around that shit, because you know how this industry shit is. But I don't think that, like, those your niggas, right? But at least check them. I know you checking them in the background, like, yo, y'all niggas is wilding, like you said earlier, right? But publicly, I don't think that you and your brand should be around that shit, because you know that them niggas is bugging. You know that them niggas is on the verge of getting canceled. And you
And they were
know.
recording you when you had your incident on their show, and they was recording it. Like that shit was cool. Like that shit's not cool, bro.
Well, I think they're also, you know, it's a little bit of a wake up that not everything, you know, they're very new to this. So like, I think for them, they're still looking at it like, yo, well, we're viral. Nah, this is not a good viral today.
Yeah,
Where'd
that's
you
what
what you wasn't
Yeah.
warning them about this though, Act?
Huh?
Word to what you wasn't warning them before.
Yeah,
Because I
no,
swear you could have said that before to them niggas. Like,
no, of course. Then I've said that, but you got to realize, until you break through that ceiling, like it just looks like, like for example, right? Like I think for a lot of people who watched the show, when TMZ picked up the story with the girl, right? They're like, oh shit, we made TMZ. You know what I'm thinking? Fuck. A big outlet got this story that is just not gonna play in my favor. Like fuck with TMZ. TMZ, you get to a level where if you do something dumb enough or you do something big enough, TMZ will cover you. Now, again, when I'm talking about that niche stuff, Kevin Samuels violates women nightly nowadays, but it's kind of like we get it already. Like it doesn't get picked up a lot, So again, I mean, I kind of like I've been telling them, I'm like, yo, listen, y'all are at the point where people are gonna use it against you. That's it. You're at the point.
echo chamber shit.
Yeah, you're at the point where you got to make the decision. And by the way, they could double down. They could double it. They could go two ways. They could probably say, man, all right, we just want to topple Kevin Samuels. Is Kevin Samuels? He's in that same room, right?
Yeah, he's in the same room, and he's like at the very tippity top of it.
Okay, so
like
they could double down and just be like, yo, we're the most extreme, right? One thing I'll say, though, this is what Kevin Samuels does good. And I guess constructive advice. And actually, I would give this advice more to Fresh than to Myron. Myron is who he is. He's a draw for the people who watch because he's a straight shooter, right? He ain't gonna say it in a cool way. Kevin Samuels will violate you, but it sounds a little cool, right? Myron is a former police officer, or a former, not police officer, a former federal agent. He's not gonna, like, socially and how he talks in lingo ain't gonna be the thing that's the most smooth. I think that's where Fresh got to come in. And by the way, I think when watching that clip, he looked towards Fresh and say, yo, this is your guest. I'm not trying to wild out. You know what I mean? So what do you want to do? So I agree with y'all with the delivery a bit. I think they could work on that. You know what I mean? If they're going to continue to say the same shit. Because, of course, like, if I was like, yo, I ain't going to lie to you, my preference is, well, nobody would get mad if you say your preference is dark-skinned black women, right? But, like, if I say I was like, yo, my preference is Asian women, right? There's a way you could say it that still, that doesn't, feel like it's dissing another particular group. But
niggas was joking for the audience.
So
yeah, the way they said it made it sound like black hate.
We were just talking about that actually again, right? Like, and we were saying that, like, obviously the delivery was really lame or whatever, but like when we stopped and broke it down a bit more, right? We have to think about their audience, like what type of people they cater their entertainment to, like their content to, and it's just like you can put two and two together and see like this is them playing it up for those type of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, it still came out of their mouth, and so it's still a bad look. But like when you break it down and think about it for a little bit longer, it's just like, oh, but they're dragging it for those people, for their viewers, right? And like what their viewers are into and shit.
It's not a bad look. This shit is completely wrong, bro. Like them clips, bro. They violated mad women, bro. Like they on the verge of getting canceled. The 6ix9ine shit, like standing with 6ix9ine shit, that shit is okay, right? But this shit is a different type of fight. Like, there's no getting around this shit.
Well, all right.
But they've been doing that.
Here's this question, right? Like, what do you think if I never made it? And I hate to be using complex as something, but like there was a point that I felt like I went to a different level, right? If I never made it to that different level, maybe you call that complex, whatever you might call it, right? If I never, or I'll just say everyday struggle, right? Which is still on complex, right? But if I never went to everyday struggle, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would canceling me look like? Especially if I still am going to have the same audience. They're still going to support me. I'm probably going to have more views, whether it be haters or not. Is it canceling me? Do you understand what I mean? Like, it's not like they have like these brand deals and they're about to get dropped. Like, no, they're kicking it. You know what I mean? Like, they're supported by by their followers who buy Patreon and stuff like that. It's not like they're on a network that they might they might get dropped. YouTube.
It all depends on how high the ceiling goes, like you were saying. Like that's really what it comes down to, and where they trying to take it. Because
okay, do you think this prevents them from ever going mainstream?
yes.
What does mainstream mean to you? Hold on. What does that mean? Like, what are we talking about? Are we saying that like Kevin Samuels is mainstream?
No,
No.
no. Kevin Samuels
No.
not mainstream. I'll give you an example of a podcast, right? So
Okay.
I would say Off the Record is mainstream. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, 100%.
okay, right? I would say 85 South shows mainstream. I would say
Okay.
Drink Champs is mainstream, which means these are things that will affect. And when I'm still saying mainstream culturally, so I'm not saying Joe Rogan like, right? But I'm saying you're not just only known about in that bubble. Like the bubble of the manosphere is smaller than the bubble of even just black culture. Do you get what I mean?
That's fact.
So
That's facts.
mainstream is black culture knows you and fucks with you. You get me? So Drink Champs, 85 South Show, obviously the Breakfast Club, but like shit like that. You know what I mean? Things that
Yeah.
operate in that
see
realm.
them. I can see them being mainstream if they completely like just off it and do another podcast not associated with Fresh and Fit podcast. It has to be different. I can see that.
And
It
there
could
is a
still-
distinction
wait, who
between
said that? Who
black
said that?
and
Who said
white
that?
mainstream.
Wait, who said that?
So
Who said
I
that?
said that. It's C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, see. Okay.
Hey.
So here's the question I would ask you with that opinion, all right? For example, if I have an entire audience, right? That basically, all right, I'll just use them. Their entire audience wants this red pill manosphere content. If they
Of course.
dropped it, them people are dipping. That's what they want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Like, people watch them more for relationship shit. Like, it could be a rapper on there. People don't even give a fuck about the rappers. Like, I'm telling you. Like, I seen their audience like, shit, this is why we shouldn't have rappers on here. They don't give a fuck about really rappers. I think having rappers is just a cross section with another. It's like cross promotion type of shit. So if they drop that, right? If they drop their already existing audience and switch to some other shit, how the hell they gonna build another fan base? Given the fact that they starting off with a pretty much a leg down when this type of stuff comes out. You know what I mean? You might as well rock with your core.
So Ak, I got I wanted to say something earlier, but I needed to leave the room open for C to speak. But I don't think they could actually get to that level being what they are right now and continuing and doubling down on that. I don't think they can get there. Like, I don't think they can get to an off the record level, right? But I think they could still stay solid because you're right. They have that core fan base that is only really there to see this type of content, right? When they do other content, the numbers just ain't comparable. You know what I'm saying? So like, you're right there, but I feel like that group of people that'd be interested to that shit wouldn't grow to a level where like it's comparable to like black culture, for instance. Where like black culture, huge, right? That's mainstream. Red pill culture probably won't ever be mainstream because it's built off of negativity and like bitterness. But back to it on some other shit. I needed to speak on this because the chat been kind of annoying me, so I have to say it. The chat's telling you, I don't know if you've been looking, but the chat's been telling you, hey man, you need to stop defending them. It's a bad look for you, bro. Chat's worried.
No, it's not defending because of what they do. I mean, I know the personalities behind the content y'all have seen. So like, can I say that they were wrong for how they handled it? Yeah, okay, I wouldn't handle it like that, right? But then again, y'all have seen clearly I've been in other situations that maybe I would have said, I wouldn't handle it like that. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I'm not trying to just fucking be the biggest hypocrite to be like, y'all are just objectively wrong. Because shit, I've made mistakes and whatever as well. Now, the black woman thing, I think, hey, you can have your preferences, but saying it like that is never going to be a good look. So again,
Especially
I don't think
when you bring black women on constantly.
Yeah. it's not a mistake. A mistake is you do something and then, oh shit, I'm sorry, and you don't do it again. You probably slip up another time and do it. Them
The way
niggas
they be laughing
constantly
about that
thrive
shit.
off of that shit, bro. Like so what he was saying, Ak, is like I was saying earlier as well. The 6ix9ine shit is cool. Yeah, 6ix9ine shit, that's the street shit, right? Right? All right, cool. I don't even like bringing them up. However, but this shit right here, this is a different type of fight. Like, this is a different type of fight. Like, that's what the fucking chat's saying right now.
Like,
The question I had for you, Ak, as Trap Lord Slime, I'm down here,
It's good.
is do you think that your brand could withstand you standing by next to like another house fire? Basically, you already withstood the 6ix9ine fiasco, and kind of you would be standing next to another dumpster fire with this thing.
Well,
Try with a good question.
I'll just say this: yo. It's just never in my character to fucking just act like I'm not cool with someone just for how it looks. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
the real nigga in you.
I'm like,
But
you know
in
what I
this
mean? Yo,
fake ass industry,
and y'all have seen, like, if I'm cool with somebody, like, that's so popular. Like, you know, it's an industry thing. You only stand next to what helps you, and if it doesn't help you, you don't fuck with it, and you just kind of ghost it. But it's like, man, these guys been good to me. Like, yo, again, I'm not here defending what they did, and also, I'll say the content that they make, as I'm saying, I feel is niche. You know what I mean? It's only certain people that would tolerate or like that content, especially in how it's delivered. It's delivered very bluntly, very brashly. It's delivered in kind of a way like, if you ask me, I would imagine that the majority of their audience would be non-cultured people. And I don't want to even say black or white, but people who ain't of, I'll just say, the community. And when I mean
facts.
community, just because, like, there's so much, a lot of what we say, we either have colloquials or very coded language to make it more palatable, all and about acceptable. And for them, shooting. You know what I mean? I watch them extensively, and a lot of times they'll be like, yo, listen, why should we change how we deliver the information when, and they always use this like, you know, analogy. They're like, yo, whether I say, yo, the sky is blue or the sky is fucking blue, it's the same thing. You know what I mean? And that's their way. And by the way, this is why they'll learn. They'll learn from it when it comes to situations like this, because again, it might be a situation. I don't know where they want to go with it. Like, I knew where I wanted to
You
go
know
from
where
day
they
one.
want to go. They want to go mainstream. Act.
No,
That's why they have niggas like
I'm gonna
you.
be honest. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if that's the goal, because if that was the goal, shit, I've told them I would have started fixing up the content a long time ago. I would have.
So why bring Asian Doll on there?
That's where I think they need to figure out. They need to be on one accord. Fresh
And then, like, she
Fresh
said
networks.
he was mean.
Fresh
That's not an
networks.
insult.
Fresh networks with rappers and hip hop community people, because he in the clubs. You get me? If you're saying that's going to add to the show, you're trying to go in that realm. That means your content has to change. So that's why I said this is just a fork in the road.
I feel like the light skinned nigga is the boss, and the brown skinned nigga, the dark skinned nigga, is like the son. He's like the Jun.
Yes. Nah, well, they're both like co-owners of this shit. I think one's more well spoken. Like, when Fresh speaks, like, yo, I told Fresh, I'm like, yo, if you say one more time, he was like, yo, there's like this thing he always fucking says. I'm like, yo, bro, like, come on, dog. What did he say? He's like, either it's like, yo, think about this. And I'm like, come on, nigga, like, stop it. He just had these connecting phrases that are just like so fucking frustrating.
But you think so?
Oh, that being said, oh my god, I hate it.
But like you were saying though, like, as far as like the ceiling is, if we talk about like real like content and media shit, do you see this shit lasting 5 years?
I see it, but it's the same thing with Kevin Samuels. I see it going and following the trajectory of the whole manosphere. So what's gonna happen? All this shit is cyclical. What's gonna happen as people keep trying to get to the top of the manosphere? They're gonna be more extreme. It's gonna be another channel that's gonna be like, all right, these niggas over here just bringing chicks to a podcast, I'm gonna just videotape myself going on date with chicks. You know what that's gonna be? You know that nigga gonna realize he goes viral for kicking a chick out the car mid date. Then the next time he kick a chick out on the highway. Then some shit like it gets more and more extreme. And then you know what happens? The culture just flips on it entirely, and YouTube flips on it. And when YouTube flips on it, which I'm telling you, I've just seen it happen. Cause like shit, content I covered, I kind of had to pivot because I've seen YouTube flip on certain content as well. Once that happens, I don't know what happens to them. I'm gonna be honest. If they're still doing the same content, but you know, I think they could bubble out of it. Hopefully.
Hey,
No,
they
I feel like it's too far past that. Girl done talked about pulling a gun and all that bullshit. It's too late.
they fans is laughing hee hee ha ha right now while they disrespecting a woman, but while the dude is outside in the club because that's his network and shit, and he get punched on for disrespecting women, they gonna be crying and angry.
The only reason why I disagree with what you're saying, so like if you see the ecosystem, right, and I've been on there so much, like the women that are coming on are like women who want access to what the fuck they be around, right? Like he's like, if you look at Fresh, he's showcasing that, yo, I'm with Sway Lee in the club. Like these are the chicks they're bringing on are some chicks who just got down there. A lot of times, these women, they may have just started OnlyFans. They really don't. If they really had niggas who were connected in those circles, who were probably in the vicinity and area of like Fresh, like they wouldn't be on the show. You know what I mean?
Right. Act now. Watch this. So perfect example. Asian doll. Do we think that industry niggas not gonna protect Asian doll?
Well, okay, no, that's a good point, but that's Asian doll. The majority, that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't Asian doll, this shit happened mad times, man. Like, nigga, Asian doll got it light. yo, they're violating chicks to the point they're like, yo, get out. Yo, put your shoes on outside. Get the fuck on out. You know what I mean? So, like this is light, but of course, I'm gonna be honest. I think this probably made it harder for Fresh a little bit because he got a network, and him networking with rappers, this is gonna be what they remember. Oh shit, this that show that violated Asian doll, and that might make them not want to be associated, especially when, you know, Shade Room is clearly, you know, I'm saying Shade Room, but I'm talking about that woman audience is basically saying we're not fucking with this. So like a lot of dudes, like if you just look at the comments, I'll open up the comments right now. And I'll just read the verified people, like, you know, the people who we know, and just look at what they're saying. So you could already kind of get the feeling that the people who kind of are culturally relevant to Shade Room, they're not gonna be fucking with it like that, right? So, damn, this shit got 20,000 comments. Oh hell nah, nah, hell nah.
Yeah, spooky, right?
Hell nah. Yo, I seen a couple of motherfuckers was tweeting at me. That was like, they've been Instagram and like, you know, when they put up an Instagram story, they've been tagging me. They've been tagging me like I'm part of the podcast. Like they're like, yo, man, y'all three niggas. I'm like, wait.
Act, they think that's your studio, bro.
Act, this is why we've been saying, right? The chat been saying you need to distance yourself, bro.
So hold on.
You gotta protect your brand, bro.
All right, here goes. I don't even know who this is though. Now I want to see no more black women, black men on this podcast, because if you pop for an interview, you're okay. See, you're okay and agree with it. See, it puts niggas in a very interesting place, because now the people who they might invite is gonna be thinking like, fuck, if I show up here, like say Sway Lee gets on here, and say there's a moment with him that go viral, people gonna be like, damn, so Sway popped up on the show after this? That's the only thing, it fucks him up a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. Actually a lot, but wait, what did
Even
they say?
if Myron was correct, this
I got a real question for you. Are you
I bought the black dating app called Black. It's funny, I never used that one, bro, but hey, man.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like me and Fresh aren't really down with the brown like that.
Okay, let me ask you, I'll just pause it. Let me ask you a question. Do you consider, because I see, here's what's, social media, I could always predict the next stage of the outrage, right? So if this continues, right, and, if I'm them, you want to just lay low, right? Not double down. unless you just want to just stay niche, right? But what happens is somebody on social media gonna be like, oh, and to add to it, which by the way everybody knows, yo, this guy, he's a federal agent or former federal agent, which now everybody on social media, everybody claim they hate cops. Everybody gonna be outraged again, right? Then, this is a question to y'all. Do y'all consider Myron black? Because I could see people having that discussion. Like I was reading the comments.
Asian doll said claim that she's not, right? I swear, in a response.
I didn't want to take it that far.
What's his ethnicity?
Myron's Saudi, right? He's from Saudi Arabia, bro. They don't even consider themselves black.
Is he half? How is he so dark then? Like, is he actually Arab?
Nah, yeah, he uses a fake name.
No. I thought he's from Sudan. He's from Sudan, brother.
Nah,
that nigga not black, bro. That nigga not black.
If you're Sudanese, you are black. Okay.
Just saying, you know how people, like all people, the East Africans, the Arabs, they don't view themselves as black, even though they are black. They are black, but you know what goes on in the community. We say, yo, we're not black. We're not like these niggas. Like,
bro,
we
American
distance
black
ourselves.
people are actually ignorant like that. They're not going to consider East Africans black, bro. Actually, ignorance.
What's the term you said, Mario?
Oh shit!
Hey, don't say it.
Don't say it.
Keep that to yourself. That's a server exclusive, alright?
Wait, yo, but
bet.
Are the people on Instagram tight at Myron going off on Asian doll, or the fact that he's saying like shit about the Shaniquas?
Yeah, no. Well, this post with the 20,000 comments is a one where they're talking about black women. As I said, yo, I'm telling you, once you said about black women, they'll never. Like, I'll give you an example. Budden's
you're right,
ex-girlfriend,
but shit is meshing.
Joe Budden's ex-girlfriend, Sin Santana, was beloved by Instagram and the shade rooms because they used to cover her. She was on Love and Hip Hop. There was some clip. I don't know if they took it out of context, whatever it is, but it was put to be seen as she said, "Yo, black men treat us Spanish chicks way better than them black chicks because." We like we're just better, like some sort of way like that. And ever since then, they have never fucking forgiven her, yo. Anything that comes up, you will see that as a top comment. They never fucking forgave her. Okay? Now she came out a bunch of times. I think she was like, "Oh, I'm kind of part black. Yo, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry." Like they won't ever fucking forget. So that's one thing I know about this little shit going on.
Yo, Ack. So some people in the chat been adding me 50,000 times, telling me to tell you that they're going in on the shade room post, but they're also going in on the post that you posted about on the situation. So they're asking for you to read those comments on your own post.
Okay. Which one? I did two of them. One with
I don't know.
her responding, then the first one.
Another question I have for you, Ak, is when are you going back down to do their podcast, or you have to chill out?
Huh? I mean, well, generally, I was trying not to travel as much, at least during the first couple months. I'll definitely be back down to Miami. No, I'll definitely be down to Miami again, And
but are you going to be on the show?
I'm definitely going to be hanging with them. I'm telling you that.
Apparently, it's the first one.
Yo, Ak, let them niggas know now that you're not doing the show no more.
No. That's fake. That's fake nigga shit, bro. I'm telling you that's fake nigga shit. Now, here's the thing. This is the difference between me and everybody else. You see, I can't do fake nigga shit, bro. Like, it's just not in my DNA. And even if I think they're the wrongest to the utmost, I've used their studio multiple times. They've afforded me the opportunity, whatever. And I've been on their podcast a bunch, helping them out. Cool. The fake thing to do, I just feel like it's just to run away, right? I think the real thing to do is, if I'm on their podcast, this is the first thing we should be talking about. And accountability should be had. You know what I mean? In a way that is fair and objective, and I could represent the opinions and concerns of everybody, especially in the community and culture that I'm a part of. You feel me?
Not facts, but what do you feel like people in your community are tight at? I feel like it's more they're tight at is Fresh and Fit yelling at like they don't care who it's at. Like they just don't like Fresh and Fit, so they're gonna give Asian doll the benefit of the doubt. But if it was somebody else that they like if it was you doing that shit, they would be cool with it.
You know what's crazy? You're completely right. I know a lot of people that just straight don't like Fresh and Fit, period. Doesn't matter what they said, what it was. They're wrong because they're wrong.
Word. And it's not like they go against their ideas, but like I don't know what it is. Like they just think it's like a simp channel type shit.
Yeah,
I mean, they do be posting hella crazy shit with the rep
they
or
did
whatever, man.
get
Shit,
exposed for
right?
like being sugar daddies and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
It's also
He was
that people
cash
do.
apping that white girl.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I
did
feel
that
I
do
feel
any
like
damage?
people are more mad that they're lit than actually what principles they're putting out. I feel like people could sometimes care less about what they're talking about.
I don't think so,
Yo,
because
what?
they don't care what Kevin Samuel says. You know what I mean? They don't give him flack for shit like that, but they get fresh and fit. It's just niggas got exposed. It's that
But
simple.
I feel like
Yeah.
they're easier to talk shit about than Kevin Samuels. Like Kevin, like
That's because they're true charlatans.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, the
They
real
can't get
question is, did
canceled.
that do any damage? Like when he got
Nah, it
exposed for
does.
being a
They
sugar
don't care.
daddy?
I
Their
mean,
audience does not care. They making money from
No,
they tried to do the same thing with Kevin Samuels about him being gay, this and that. It's like it's how much you really feed into this shit.
Yeah, Kevin Samuels handled the situation a lot better.
Kevin Samuels gives energy that
like,
you get.
like
He just reciprocates the energy, bro.
we already talked about this, low key. Fucking Kevin Samuels is the bar for this manosphere shit when it comes to all this shit. Like, he's the bar.
Classy, bro. He classy.
Yeah,
But
he's
you
the bar.
also have to
I
realize
feel
he's
like
50 years old.
I
So he
think the
has more
culture
experience.
just accepts him more, bro. You know how picky and choosy people are. Like they're
That's
just
fact.
trying to get them out of here because they don't like them for whatever reason it
Nah,
is.
bro. Them niggas is
Hey,
hoes, bro.
one thing I'm gonna
And
tell
it's
him is
because
this. One thing I'll tell him is like honestly, because I hope they understand that this isn't. I feel like I keep telling people this recently. Not every publicity is good publicity. Like this is something that you need to either figure out. Are you gonna say fuck it? We gonna just keep the band playing while the Titanic might be sinking and we're going down with the ship, or be like, yo, let's course correct. You know what I mean? And shit, there might be benefits for doing both. It depends on what you want to do.
Because it's Asian Doll, people care. Like I don't think people really care about Asian Doll.
Shade Room does. She
No,
fits the
I know.
stereotype,
I
so-
mean, bro, they fake care about her because they will
don't care
clown
about
her
Asian
with
Doll.
the,
you know,
with the
another
queen
thing
Yo,
about
bond, this
what
and that.
Asian Doll fits, what Asian Doll fits, and the girl next to her fits is black women.
No,
Okay?
right. And the Shaniqua comments.
Black women and honestly, like black women, social media, black Twitter fucking will kill you over black women. You know what I mean? And I feel like they were always looking for. Look how many times Shade Room posted this today. Shade Room posted like 3 or 4 times. Like this was some trending topic. Like this shit is not that big, but Shade Room is like they're fucking finding old clips and sent there. You know why? Because there's a narrative that's already set that black women are attacked, and any type of proof of that, rally the troops and get people to ride. Look at these. Just look how many comments these joints get. Right here. They posted this. 7,000. Right? They posted.
I don't know if you could really let that affect you.
Yo, they posted this other shit. Damn, it was just at 20,000. Now it's at 21. Oh, hell no.
Yeah, they
I ain't gonna lie to
but
you.
that's kind of the
I ain't gonna lie
opposite,
to you.
like, fan base.
Wait. Even Essence, like the joints who do Essence magazine, is coming up. Oh, hell no. Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen, yo, keep it real. Them niggas gotta date a black queen for the whole 2022, man. I'm telling you, dog. Y'all don't want to go against black women, bro. Listen, I don't care if y'all preference be Spanish chicks, white chicks. While y'all doing that, y'all gotta put the utmost respect on. Oh, Candy.
Bro, the craziest part that
this
is
chick one
mostly
of them
black
Real
women.
Housewives of
on that
Atlanta
podcast.
chicks. This one of them chicks who probably like fighting with her husband every week on TV. Oh my God! Look at this. Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, they don't care about her music, but they do care that it's a black woman.
Yeah, of course. I'm telling you.
I mean,
they
you
live
just
off
didn't really
that
say
shit.
shit, bro.
Yo, to
You
keep
didn't
it
really
real,
say shit.
this might be the best thing that happened to Asian Doll recently. Cause now,
Facts.
everybody who used to be like she's annoying is defending her.
Facts.
Yo, Act, was that guy in the background? Was that some guy that was with Asian though?
Yeah, he's her manager.
Yeah,
So like, see, that's what another thing that looked bad for Myron, because like he looked like he got up and just left the room, and then you know what I'm saying?
No. Well, that clip is shorter. If I play the longer clip, it's like 12 minutes. So there was more that happened. They were trying to fast forward to the part where she was walking off. You get me? Because she didn't walk off immediately.
I have a question. So you think these Shade Room people are really about to support Asian Doll because of this? I feel like if anything, this is Fresh and Fit's like the opposite of their fan base. So if anything, like it'll just bring more views. Like the people that fuck with them probably won't leave.
This is why I don't think that's the case. You see, let me tell you about this manosphere shit. As I said, it's not mainstream content. When people start, once you get mainstream attention for doing some niche shit, that's when the shadow bans come. That's when you're getting pushed in the algorithm on YouTube. The reports start. Like they fucking pigeonhole you and make your platform smaller. You know what I mean? If all them black chicks now go to their podcast and start reporting that bitch, you're not getting promoted by YouTube no more. It's dub. It's a dub. Trust me. I'm telling you. So that's one of the things where like when you break into the mainstream and they fucking hate you, yeah, it's coming with more eyes initially, but now you're gonna also feel the backlash in the fact that you're on a platform that really they don't want no sauce, they don't want no smoke with black women either.
Yeah.
Nigga, Asian Doll think it's about to help her. Look at Asian Doll. Look at Asian Doll. She retweeting every motherfucking thing. Oh my God, no jumper.
I mean, hey, bro, if you want to date a bunch of Shaniquas, go for it, man.
LaQuisha.
Yeah, like
that's what's gonna
me and
kill
Fresh
him.
aren't Fresh. Don't dabble in the dark, if you know what I'm saying. A bunch of legal implications, but if you guys are,
yo, them niggas.
Yikes.
You know the corniest part about that is how many black women they bring on the show.
problem.
Hold on. Wait, let me listen to this one.
What to do if you have a girl at your place and she says, "No, I don't want to have sex." Cool, no problem. I respect your boundaries. But what you're going to do is you're going to pull out your phone, get up, and walk into another room. You're going to either call another girl or pretend you're talking to another girl. Then you're going to come back out and tell her, "Hey, listen, it was nice hanging out with you, but you got to go now." And then you let her mind race thinking, "Oh, this guy really just called another girl just now? I better either A, give him what he wants because he's going to kick me out of here and I might lose this guy, or B, she never want to have sex with you in the first place and you get rid of the time waster." You're welcome.
Coercion?
That's wild.
What the fuck?
Weird, bro.
Alright, that's
Weird
some
nigga.
crazy shit.
Yo, act, bro. This nigga is weird, bro. And they go and report niggas on YouTube just for talking about them. Like, if they just disagree with them niggas, they be trying to get them the fuck out of here. That's why they lame, bro. They be on that bullshit.
Yo,
I gotta
Act,
fuck
you
with Albert and
remember
Preach.
how I was saying that like the chat was telling you to check your own post or whatever? It's the very first post. Apparently 7K comments dragging them, bro. Like, this is your community too, homie. Like, this is not a
I
good
feel
look,
like
bro.
people are just so mad at them, not what happened.
Why
bro.
people are mad at them though? Why they
Damn,
mad though?
Asian Doll do want the clout though. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, of course.
Bro, if they were likable niggas, they wouldn't be having as much backlash right now.
But
I'm
you
not
see,
gonna lie.
even you in that comment saying if they were likable people, like it's more if
Bruh,
you like
it's just
them or
off the
not.
shit they
It's
do.
not
But it's
what
off the shit they
happened
do.
yesterday.
I don't
Act,
judge niggas just off of other people. I
Wait,
judge you off of what
what's
they
the
do.
7K
No,
comments?
but because you don't like them personally, you're gonna bring it over to this Asian Doll thing just to get them out of
That's
here.
a fact.
Bruh,
That's a fact.
nah, this shit just adds on top of shit, and this is the worst shit they done in my opinion.
It's a
So it's just
resume.
like it is what it is.
Oh, they've done
It's
way
just
worse shit than this.
it's just
Bro,
niggas
it's
doing
clearly
dumbass
worse.
shit and they
The
getting what they
Shaniqua
deserve.
comment, the
That's what I'm
Shaniqua comment
saying.
is what's gonna get them out of here.
I'm gonna send you something. People are in the chat telling me to send you this, so 1 second, hold up.
Act need to go fuck with Albert and Preach.
Here you go.
Now I've watched them at times,
this is
but
the
every
photo.
time I've watched them, it seems like they just hate these guys. And like,
Oh, they do, 100%. They do.
Nah, bro, they sat down with them niggas.
Yeah,
then
but
them niggas
like,
talk shit,
they
and then it
made
was a
like
fight.
10 videos on them now. It's like, bruh.
They
Yeah,
been
they
making
just be
videos on
hating, bro.
him.
Them niggas be hating.
Bruh.
Yo, Act, can we count how many black girls was on that podcast with him flipping out?
Right, you know, like people are acting like they care so much, but they don't.
Okay.
They don't.
All right, I'm counting. There's one black girl on the right, one black girl next to Asian Doll.
No, he's talking in general, right? Like in
It
the
was more
past,
than
how many
usual.
black girls?
Oh, I don't know.
How are we supposed to count that?
We can say it's majority though, right?
How does that
Nah,
matter?
the
though?
majority of women who come on there,
more than
the
usual.
majority of women who come on there are not black.
Yeah. So like, what are y'all talking about?
Like it
and they just straight
this
up
one
said
of
they
those
don't.
rare times there's more black women than not.
Thanks.
Yeah, this was rare. There's never this many black women on there.
I'm actually shocked.
I don't know. Niggas don't like when niggas get too comfortable with that type of shit. That Shaniqua shit, all that shit he was talking, making jokes about it. Like that's some shit that you keep.
Yeah, that was
It don't
really
help. It
unfortunate.
don't help. He was simping for a white girl too. It don't help. He was simping.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Them niggas is
Yo,
weird. That coercion
I
shit
don't,
crazy.
I don't think this is gonna do any damage to them. Whatever.
No, they're not gonna
People
hurt
were
from
already,
this shit.
yeah.
If anything, this gonna blow them up like Kevin.
I think
Nah, I don't
there's too
think
many
like
guns
that.
been pulled on this show for this to be the thing that blows them up. Okay.
I feel like we're blowing out of proportion, low key. Like they might get a little bit of a slight bump, and by slight bump I mean maybe like a couple 100,000 extra people checking out their shit for a little bit longer.
Asian doll
Like, it's
retweeted
gonna
that
fall
she's
off.
trending, man. Come on now, like she loving the cloud here. She
Oh
loving
yeah,
it.
Yeah, that's
This is really their moment, though. This is their moment.
She got it. She got to go for it though. She has to take
You
advantage of that shit.
I'm not mad at.
You can't lie though. She did hit him with like a good point to be like, yo, all I said was that you was mean, and now you all types of upset.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
Exactly. That nigga be tripping, bro.
He was acting like
You
he
ain't have to
wasn't
do that.
like he wasn't feeling away, and he was acting like he don't be mean. Like nigga, you be mean. Like
Bro,
it's
he's
okay.
a
Like
hall monitor,
Alright,
bro.
hold on.
He be
Alright,
going
okay.
a little overboard
Alright,
sometimes.
okay.
This nigga is a hall monitor.
Yo, and not defending it, but I'm asking a question. I think his demeanor is kind of like how his audience wants him to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they love that shit. They love that shit.
In his ass after
They
Asian
love that shit.
Yeah. Don't tell a nigga how to run his podcast. Like
No, but
And
it's
then they
more in
got
the
that
fact.
weird nigga in the back.
I think it's more in the fact that the women just think that they can do what they want when they want because they're women. So he just shows them like no, I'm running shit. And then when people see that, it's like, oh, he's such a bad person.
It's
but
just
it's a
crazy
difference
though.
between running shit.
Like for him
It's a
to come back on and sit down and say like, we don't even know who she is, but like, bro, why is she on your podcast then?
How is she exactly?
No. I'm gonna be honest.
Here's a really good point.
That's lame shit.
Yo, in
Here's a really
reality,
good point. When you stop and think about it, though, he's giving these girls a bunch of liquor and shit, and like, of course, they're gonna act a little bit out of character. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think he's telling the truth though.
I don't think he's like that off the rip though. I think it takes like a little bit of.
Nah,
I don't know, bro.
I think
I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all.
The
The only thing I can tell
he's
y'all,
strict. He has his
the only
rules.
thing I can tell
They're
y'all,
drunk, and so they're speaking
that
their shit.
nigga Myron is exactly how he is off camera, on camera.
Facts.
Nigga, I'm telling you, you meet him at 3 a.m., 3 p.m., he don't drink. Nigga, he's a former federal agent, bro. Like, you gotta realize when, you ever know somebody who was like a cop or something like that? Nigga, they move a little different. They move different, bro.
That nigga McGruff.
Yeah,
McGruff the crime dog, nigga.
Nigga, even look at his hand right here. This is some energy drink. Like, nigga, yo.
Yo, I wouldn't be surprised if Chroma's fucking had an episode with them.
Jeez.
Who, Chromas? Nah, they'll do it.
Yeah.
They'll do it.
She'll do it. She'll definitely do it.
They'll do
Why
it.
you put out this energy drink?
Nah, but I no. Yo, I only brought up the energy drink.
Cause look how he holding it.
Nah, I only brought it up because I'm trying to tell you, like, he don't be off no drugs. You know, when I'm going off, people be like, yo, act off the Henny. No, nigga, he not off shit. He not off a motherfucking thing. That's him.
That's what makes it worse, though.
That's even worse.
Speaking of Chromas, did you see the shit that I sent you in DMs?
What'd you send me?
I'm gonna need you to check that out. People in the chat have been like sending this to me 50 times. You need to see this.
Wait, who's talking right now?
Heartbeat, ego, whatever.
What about it?
You talking about that clip?
Yeah, she's talking crazy about Yak, bro, on No Jumper. He
There you
deleted it, but like it's a clip.
Just in case you didn't see it, like I sent another shit right there.
Yeah, I'm not about to watch it, but you could summarize it. What was she saying?
I didn't watch it. I don't know.
She's